Hi, Waggy Tail. Are you all stiff again because it's bottle time? God, they are so funny. Oh, hi, Bobby Socks. You hanging with your babies? All right. Hold on. Let me switch hands here. All right, baby. Here we go. There we go. Good job. Much better. She's learning to slow down just a hair and not get herself all worked up. Of course, she only gets 4 ounces in the morning, so it's a whole lot less to suck up and choke down. So yeah, we have dropped her. Look, she's so cute. We've dropped her to 4 ounces. She this morning was interesting. So, you know, you've seen the parade where I bring the bowls out, the feed bowls out. In fact, I'm going to pick them up before these guys start pooping and peeing in them. So you've seen me do this with these guys. Let me put it up here for a second, just so I don't lose them. Yeah, JC, you're wondering what's going on. I've never put bowls up there before. So when I went to bring the bowls out, you know, JC, look at Ren. She's a circus goat. Yeah, you're a little too short for that, girlfriend. So typically they're swarming. They're like a bunch of locusts. They want that grain. They want that hay stretcher. They love it. Well, she was right there in the mix. Oy vey. What is going on? Did you get stuck? Sorry, I think we've got a crisis that I'm going to need to deal with. Did you get stuck? Or did you figure out how to make it through? There you go. Keep going. Come on, you know better. This is not new stuff. Come on. Oh! And oh! He's fine. He's over there. He's up in the rafters now. All right, so we're going to change strategy because that was completely unexpected. So I'm not quite sure what got him wound up. He's fine now, guys. Just so we're clear, no animals were harmed in the making of this video. So that's Bob, not Bobby Socks. Bobby Socks would never have done that. Bob, on the other hand, apparently, for whatever reason, got a little wonky, and he jumped up onto the top of the stalls. Now, they do that all the time. That is not new. But for some reason, I guess he was in a little bit of a panic mode. Again, I don't know why. I was standing right there in the stall. There was absolutely nothing going on. So maybe he got bit by something or stung by something. And he got himself kind of wound up in our bird netting. Now, you may have noticed that the bird netting is now, of course, it's a mess, but it's not fully secure for exactly that purpose. There are areas throughout this bird netting, here's a really good one, right, where they can come and go as they please. And it only covers this half of the barn, so there's no bird netting over here, right? So all he needed to do, instead of staying on the top of the stall rail, is jump up onto the rafter portion, walk across, which they do all the time, and he would have been free. His little pea brain apparently was not working. And I'm guessing, again, he was in the stall with me, and so I know nothing happened to him, but, you know, maybe a bug landed on him, something freaked him out. So he jumped to the top of the stall, but then he saw Tonka, and since he was freaked out from whatever got him wonky in the stall, Tonka barking at him from down here in the center aisle had him a little bit more panicked, and his pea brain didn't manage to think about continuing to go up into the rafters. His pea brain was like, I want out of the barn, and somehow that translated to getting trapped in the netting. Again, he's perfectly fine. Sorry, excuse me. He's absolutely fine. He's actually in one of his favorite spots. I found him sleeping there the other day, which was hilarious. He just had his head hanging, his arms dangling. He was sound asleep. It was so cute. So, you know, sometimes that happens. And I had talked about the other day, right? We keep our fields here as wild as possible for the bugs and the pollinators and everything else. Again, he was in the stall. I'm not exactly sure what got him, but I can only venture a guess that maybe, you know, he got a bug landed on him or something. And, you know, between the dogs being in the barn, me being on video, the goats kind of being a little rowdy, which I have to go collect all my stuff now. You know, there was probably just something that got him. Actually, kind of funny. But if you've been watching for a while, you know that this channel is completely unscripted. We get what we get when we get it, and we react to it. So there you go. I promise no cats were harmed in the making of this video. This video has been a disaster from the get-go, right? I managed, as I was trying to feed Ladybug her bottle, I managed to hit the power button on my phone, so that was awesome. So you've got this weird cut at the beginning because I want to show you from the beginning forward. And now you've got a completely different adventure than what was planned. So be it. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Okay. So I think we're going to be done at this point because I don't think anything can top that. Except maybe Ladybug climbing on me. Yes, I'm in my PJ pants. I don't bother with farm clothes because they're just going to get dirty anyway. And since I'm the one doing the laundry, you know what? They can get my PJs dirty and those can go in the laundry. And that's one outfit instead of two. So y'all get over it. All right, guys, until next time, there's work to be done. Bye for now.